Welcome back, my dearest, evilest friends. Welcome back to ever so amazing, sexy Sudden Strike, where I'm gonna be playing something so amazing, even gods are crying at this moment. We're gonna be playing Sudden Strike 1, Sudden Strike Forever, Sudden Strike Gold version, or whatever you're gonna call it. We're gonna be playing as the Allies. We're gonna be finishing the Allied campaign slowly but surely, or at least starting then finishing it, if nothing else. Hell's Bells, this might last forever. This might not last at all, but who knows? Hell's Bells, let's begin. So we're gonna go also, by the way, I'm gonna be playing an 800 by 600 resolution. But you ask Demon, why? Demon shall tell you this. Because on 800 by 600 the game is more zoomed in, so to speak. You know, you see those beautiful sprites much closer, and you can see the detail on the tanks, on the infantry. You can actually, goddammit, see an officer compared when you're playing in a bigger resolution, which is the 1024 by 768. So we're gonna be playing on 800 by 600. We're gonna be playing as Demon is Love, because Demon is always and forever love. Playing a hard as per usual, and we're gonna be playing on the original campaigns, Allied campaign. And let's hope that I can actually finish this, because I never finished the Allied campaign when I played it originally. I played Russian campaign, finished Russian campaign. I never finished the Allied campaign nor the German, but this is the only thing I'm gonna be playing. That's the Allies campaign. Okay, so in this screen, you're supposed to have a beautiful voice acting for each side, right? You have also, what I love about the original Sudden Strike is that you had the actual backgrounds, which was unique for each side also. And, you know, like, it's just a mind-blowingly cool. Anywho, the point here is gonna be, this is a training exercise. And we have to do the good, the bad, and the ugly onto Germans. So I'm not gonna read this, there is no point, so let's start this beautiful, ever so amazing thing called Sudden Strike. Oh no, repair the damaged scout tanks. Do this with the supply trucks. Get the soldiers into the supply trucks. Well, first and foremost, everybody inside, cause they're gonna be bombs, and they're gonna be falling. And there goes boom, and we lose 2 M8 Greyhounds. Oh no, Demon, yes I know. Now these are the healing trucks. They can heal your units before they die, and of course you immediately gain a bunch of wounded soldiers close to death, and the game tells you, you know, Demon, you just don't know how to heal people. And you say, fuck you, son, I'm good. So here comes, of course, that was the German bomber. They became bigger and bigger as the game progressed. Well, I mean, the Sunstrike to those aircrafts are massive compared to those little tiny bastards. Oh no, the M8 Greyhound is gonna implode, explode. Why? Because he's low on health. Certain, of course, all units have that low amount of health, where the threshold, so to speak, to which they immediately start dropping down. But they constantly dropping down until you reach the specific point where it's okay. So even if you're repairing specific tanks tend to take a while to repair. One resource truck is not enough. Mind you, it's not enough to really heal a beautiful tank on low health. You will see a resource truck actually fighting over the health pool of that tank. And usually the tank will actually win by dying like a little bitch, and that way do a chain reaction and kill your goddamn truck in the process. Okay, so here we have beautiful stuff which is called Exploration Extermination, which are the bombers and the scout planes. We can actually give, well, tell me to move the next waypoint. You can position a few waypoints on the map. 3 for bombers, 3 for paratroopers, and I don't know, 540 scouting thing. So he's just gonna scout around. Of course, I think if you go Alt or Control key, no. Okay, Shift, no. Okay, so I think in Soundstrike 2 they added the ability to go Alt and then select that aircraft. I'm trying Alt, Control, doesn't Shift, doesn't work. So no possibility for you to actually take control again of it. Now in Soundtrack 2 they have changed that, if I'm not mistaken, and that's all nice and dandy. So we can actually see where the big kahuna burgers are. We can see 122mm gun, we can see the Tiger tanks over here, we can see people in limousinos, we can see the ammunition crates of course, and that's about it. So we should bomb the living crap out of these bastards by utilizing the full firepower of our battle stations. And as I said, the bombers, you can choose up to 5 bombers at the same time to open fire upon the enemy, give them waypoints so they hit this, and then they're gonna hit this as the last waypoint. And that way you can demolish everything. But of course, if the enemy does have an anti-8, and that is the AA guns of any sort, they will probably destroy most of your things before they can actually use the full payload. And here comes our beautiful 2, 4, 5, 16 freaking bombers. These are the Allied bombers of glory. And you can motherfucking, that's just one goddamn strafe run with the bombers. One goddamn strafe run with the bombers. And now they're gonna come from this location. They're gonna kill everything here. They're not gonna come the third time, and that already everything is dead, so it doesn't really matter, does it? Now the explosion effects of the Soundstrike 1, my god, like look beautiful. Any effect in Soundstrike 1 looks so good, it's unbelievable. Like I'm touching myself right now and you're not even seeing that, which is a fine, of course. And then here comes a second barrage of the bombers. Look at this beautiful thing. You even have the goddamn elephant. And we destroy a bunch of things. I think we missed the elephant though. I think we missed the elephant. Build a pontoon bridge and attack the bridge from behind. In the ass, as they say. In the ass. Right? Attack the bridge. So these are the 2 bridges. They are pretty much controlled by the Germans, no less. The wannabe Germans, or non-existent Germans even, to be honest. Non-existent Germans even. Because obviously they actually did all 3 waypoints. This was waypoint 1, waypoint 2. So they just dropped in one single line, killed 2 waypoints, and then they came back for the 3rd waypoint. So there's that. Okay, let's send some scouts. And let's tell them to scout the living crap out of these locations. That's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10. Okay, 10. I think it's about 10 that they can actually do, and that's about it. We can do it again. We can do it without more bombers. Fuck yeah, we can do that immediately. Even we can do this without doing anything specific. So we can see again 122 field guns with the submachine gunners over there. We can see a limousine, some supply trucks, the German supply trucks no less. We can again kill all of that without even trying. Now we'll be moving our officer and our sniper. Sniper can actually can kill most of the enemy units from this beautiful side. Snipers and of course officer have the biggest view range. Understandable, right? Of course it is, Demon. Of course it is. In this, of course, in Soundstrike 1 and the Forever expansion, they have only added, I think, general unit. General unit actually has binoculars, but those binoculars are so super ultra mega powerful that even gods know the truth. And that is that they are super mega freaking powerful. You usually would get them in a beautiful thing called limousines or jeeps, specifically the general unit, and they are not all over the place. And by that I mean, in multiplayer, if you do get them, they're gonna get probably 1 and that's it. So all of our guys have been healed now because they were inside these beautiful trucks. We already had we see all of these guys are still wounded because they're in this crappy beautiful GMC Jimmy truck, and of course Jimmy Mobile Hospital. No way. Okay, so as they said, we can build pontoon bridges. We can do it. We will do it by the book. And you can see, of course, we can build pontoon bridges. We can build defenses, not really, obstructions of justice, mostly. And I actually utilized them in the Soviet campaign, in the original Soviet campaign, to block off unknown German route when they were getting reinforcements similar from this, like for instance from this location. You drop a lot of anti-tank stuff here, blockages, and the enemy just it was there, and then of course I just moved in, killed them one by one, and it was so easy. And of course we have the M8 Greyhound, no less, and compared to the Soundstrike 2, you can actually see that the exact performances of the unit, as you can see, 37mm gun. That's something that I really never liked about specifically Soundstrike 2, of course, and Soundstrike Resource Wars, because they removed this little thing, I mean, nicely telling you what it is, like American officer, and of course then you get in those brackets or whatever, 45 Colt. That's what he's using, and that's so fucking cool. Those are little details that do give a little bit to your immersion factor, right? And they removed that from Soundstrike 2, and you can't get into that whatsoever, right? So else bells, there's that. So we have repaired, we've done it well, but again, you can we have the ability to make additional layer of the pontoon bridge. For that we'll of course need 2 trucks, but it's 1 is enough for our needs. Let's get moved in with the soldiers that I have here, which are of course healed. Let's see, just all the trucks full of manly steel, the Allied steel no less. We're gonna move in towards this location. Also, if you do not know, hold the control key and right click when you have a massive formation of units. That means they're gonna go into this column formation, so to speak. When they reach that target, they're gonna get stacking up on that one spot instead of spreading all over the goddamn place. Just hold the control, right click, and sexually arouse yourself like I would. Now I'm back to Soundstrike. As I said, we're going with 800 600 resolution because again you can see much closer the details of the sprite works, of the buildings, of everything actually. Again, this is the time for me when I won in 2001. I mean, this did a magnificent year. The much that was the Forever expansion, which was released 2000, was the actual Soundstrike, but that was at December of 2000. Then they released the Forever expansion on January or February or something like that. Something like that. I may even bullshitting about that. I can't fucking remember. Okay. Doesn't matter. The point is, Soundstrike is Forever is 2001 game. And of course, how much I actually like play. Like, I was so mind blown. The first German mission where you're supposed to destroy the French tanks and all that, I was just mind blown by the feel of it. You know, just how good it feels. My friend, are you gonna okay, you're just going around, but you're not doing what I need you to do. Okay, I'm gonna send another one right here. I'm just gonna like spread all over the place. Thank you very much. Okay, so again, I want to see the enemy. Even though with the maximum range, the enemy does have officers, so they're officer against our officers. And you see the range. Do you see the range, motherfuckers? Do you see? You don't have to get overly too close, my friend. He's dropping down like a gorilla, man. He's gonna rape the living shit out of those Germans. He knows what he knows. Immediately, one shot. Riflemen also do the same amount of damage. But the thing about riflemen, they don't have a massive view as in the range as the goddamn sniper. So that's a very important thing to remember. You missed. You missed. You matter humping, you missed. You see, he missed, so that nobody died. Okay, well, I'm gonna move in a little bit. We're gonna do this tactic with having the sniper and an officer together and slowly moving in, and that way raping the living crap out of the Germans. He's trying, I think, to kill the MG crewman, but he's failing at the basics of his training. And as I said, remember that your officers have the biggest view range alongside with the snipers. Kill him. Thank you very much. Sometimes it's loud, sometimes he uses a silencer or some shit like that. The World War II silencer. We're gonna have the M8 Greyhound just to support us here. Just for in case. Of course, we have all our men here, which are riflemen, the Texas riflemen. I don't know, I think they're called Texas riflemen because they're Texas, because there are no other British riflemen over here, but not really. I think that specifically added in the goddamn American rifleman. Okay, in the Soundstrike 2, it's a Texas rifleman. You have a Texas rifleman and you have a rifleman. I have no idea what's the difference. Ask the goddamn Fireglow. Oh wait, you can't. Why you can't? Cause they're gone. Okay, so, okay, good. So now, of course, we have the rifleman with the M1 Garand 30 M1 Garand. I like that. Again, those little details about what telling you what they have, who is utilizing what. It's a beautiful thing to me. It really, really is. You don't see, I mean, as I said, until the, I think actually that Soundstrike 3 also, no, Soundstrike 3 doesn't have that also. Yeah, the Southern Strike 3 also doesn't have that, specifically on infantry. So, yeah, on infantry. The vehicles, of course, have that specification. On the right side, when you choose them, you can see their building plan, their mask of evil, and of course, that's about it. I mean, you can actually see it properly. Now, with infantry in Southern Strike 1 specifically, well, even the Southern Strike 2, to a little bit more, maybe even extreme degree, utilizing trees, bushes, and all that is most important. Now, you will notice that actually there are no bushes in Southern Strike 1. Like, no bushes whatsoever that I know of, at least. If there are, I've never noticed. In Southern Strike 2, they added bushes. They really, like, clip on your goddamn view, your vision of your units, and it can screw out a little bit, and specifically it gives you an advantage, but it gives the enemy also an advantage. You have to be much slower about those things. Though again, to be honest, I much prefer the Southern Strike 1 in terms of look, in terms of sound, in terms of girls that do not exist. You know, just the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's all there, my dearest friends. Okay, so we definitely disable all the 122s. Now this part here, we can charge into with our riflemen, or we can bomb the living crap out of it. Let's bomb and end this video. This is gonna be a first video, but it's nicely to explain all about beautiful things. But again, this is supposed to be just a tutorial about Southern Strike. Why the Southern Strike is so sexy, why it isn't, and why Demon is just that amazing. But that does not exist. So hell's fast. Let's bomb the living crap out of these bastards. I'm gonna like click hundreds of times, but only you need to click like 2. Now when I played the first time this tutorial, I took it really slow. Like I don't think you even had bombers. When the original Southern Strike came out, you didn't even have a difficulty setting. That was added with the Forever. Because people found it too difficult. Like way too difficult. I was like, come on. I mean, sure, there are some, like, Stalingrad mission was a difficult one for the Russians, but I never found that it was overly too difficult like they like to talk about it. Like, that's just not, that doesn't exist. But again, to each their own. I mean, as not everybody's awesome like that sniper dude over there. And again, this is why we are playing again on the 800 by 600. It really nicely shows the beautiful sprites up close. It's a lovely thing indeed. Bye-bye, Germans. You survived. You motherfuckers survived. Move attack command. Also, back in the day, I did not know about move attack commands. To be honest, I just moved in. I did my thing and individually killed stuff. I mean, you know, you have this task bar. It tells you the hotkeys are all there. Mind you, it's Q, W, E, and then of course A, S, D for the bottom, then Z, blah blah, Z, F, and that's all you have to know, my dearest friends. Victory for me. Demon is Love has won. Of course, you know it, I know it, they know it. Of course they do. Let's go on to the main next screen, which is the explanation screen, which tells you everything, the amount of time elapsed, which is 16 minutes. Actually, we took 16 minutes for this. Unbelievable. Demon was better than Demon is Love. How does that, like, how does that compute? Like, what the fuck, game? Anyway, we killed 44 infantry, 3 tanks, 6 artillery pieces, 5 vehicles. We lost 5 infantrymen and 2 vehicles. Aren't we amazing? Of course we are. Now there is a thing, my friends. I think there is a thing. Yeah, you have to go straight to the next mission and save it manually. There is no autosave between missions, so it's very important to do that properly, right? So let's continue on to the next stuff. Now again, because this, you can actually just pause, right? So this is the first mission in enemy territory. You have been entrusted with important operation command. Actually, let's read it. A bridge and ammunition depot must be destroyed. The resistance soldiers under your command must eliminate the guards and gain control of all air defense units. Only then can the bombers be used against the bridge and the ammunition depot. Alternatively, you can make do without the bombers. Instead, try to achieve your goal with mines and anti-aircraft cannons. In short, capture anti-aircraft cannon, destroy the bridge and the depot. And that's all about it. I always love this. They changed a lot during the Strike 2 and Resource War. Just this kind of a setup for individual nations. Well, this is the individual size, sorry. It's just amazing. But anyway, guys, I wish you the very best. And next time, more love, more drugs, and more Strike 1 goodness.